going to make myself a smoothie. I'm going to do half a banana, my collagen peptides, this massive protein powder that I just got, and blueberries. I just spilled it everywhere. So good in the morning. Okay, next I'm going to be doing a little bit of morning journaling. I know it can be difficult to decide what to write when you want to start journaling. A simple, plain notebook is great, and I will share some of the prompts that I've been using that have helped me to kind of start the day, reset. So first, I write down today's theme. Then I write down an affirmation. You can go on Pinterest and there's tons of amazing quotes. Next, I write down, today I'm rewiring. And so this is a habit I want to change. Another piece that is related to the challenge I shared is my discomfort challenge. So something you're going to do today that makes you uncomfortable, takes you out of your comfort zone. The next is one action I'm taking. So this is a commitment to yourself about something you've wanted to do and maybe have been putting off. Confidence. So something you're going to do to boost your confidence. That could be closing the loop on the previous mentioned task. It could also be something as simple as I'm going to make intentional eye contact with each person I have a conversation with today. Next is nervous system reset. So meditation for me is a big one. That is kind of my usual daily nervous system reset, but you can add breath work, you can add a grounding exercise. The next is one thing I'm doing for my health. So that's usually the workout that I have planned, or maybe if it's a rest day, sauna, cold plunge, drink water, all of those things. And I have what I'm going to do for my hotness. So this is getting ready for the day, doing your hair. Again, the workout could be part of that, going to hot Pilates, going for a walk. Finally, at the bottom, I write my daily to-dos. So I do a brain dump and I just write down everything that's on my mind. And then I generally split that up into time slots. So I will write down all the meetings I have for the day, the appointments I have, and then I will fill in the other space with the other tasks and organize them. I think just putting things on paper is so helpful. And when it feels like we have so much going on in our heads, you can just kind of put it out there on the piece of paper, especially before bed, if you're doing a brain dump, and then you can just be at peace knowing I've tracked it somewhere. I don't have to keep thinking about it, and you can relax. So I just wanted to share that I went through Pinterest, and my daily affirmation will be, being ready is a myth. You start, you suck, you figure it out, you get better. This is very relevant for, I'm just doing it for fun, to experiment, to have a new creative project. And I had to accept that the first couple videos might suck and I'm going to learn. And then you gain more data points and you get better. I've always been that person where if I tried a new thing and I was really bad at it immediately, I lost motivation. And I've learned over time, especially through running, that you can suck and hate something and that can change. You don't have to force yourself to do things you don't enjoy, but if there's something that you've always wanted to do and you suck, you can get better. And there's so much information online to learn. You can watch other people, you can watch YouTube videos. Just make it a fun experiment to broaden your skill set, up level, and stop doing the same thing every day. And also, if you have a dream and you're afraid of judgment or embarrassment or failure, what is the alternative? regretting and feeling like you have all this potential that you're not meeting. And that's not a great feeling. I do believe that there's beauty in living a simple life and that we don't all have to be striving constantly to make it or to be someone as an influencer or a celebrity. I think there's a lot of joy and peace in having a simple, private life. Stop focusing on the outcome. Can you make a life that is enjoyable to you, where you feel like you are connecting with those things you liked when you were younger? You're not thinking about what is going to come from this, but just enjoying the process. And that is kind of the theme, I guess, for today. This is my outfit of the day. We have a little turtleneck, glasses, tight bun, and I'm giving these shoes a try, which I never wear them. I think they're really cute, but this is the vibe. So I'm walking to the cafe as part of the discomfort challenge. Filming in public definitely is up there. So checking that off my list, I'm going to work at Prototype with my friend, and then I'm off to therapy. Getting ready for bed. The end of another nice, enjoyable day. And I've decided I'm going to take you through weekly diaries. So a little look into each day so that you can get an idea of what the week looks like without getting into every single detail of every single block of time per day. We're just going to go whenever I'm doing something, and I'll take you with me. You'll probably see a lot of workout classes, morning routines, hangouts, all that type of stuff. I just showed my first vlog to my two best friends, and that was so nice. It was nice that they took the time to watch it. It's so weird to have other people watch you while you're there, and I can see why it's such a vulnerable thing to post anything online. I haven't even posted it online, but just showing people who know me and love me, it's still scary. So I'm sure if anyone's watching this, if you've ever wanted to make a video or post a photo or start a hobby and you felt some sort of resistance to it, I know a lot of people have been saying this lately, that embarrassment is the price of entry. You genuinely can't try anything without risk of embarrassment. And another thing, embarrassment is a choice, and you can either choose to feel it or you don't. You know, everyone's been watching Heated Rivalry or has already watched it multiple times like me. And I noticed this with Connor's story. Maybe that's because he grew up doing improv and something called clowning, which I had no idea what it was until recently. And it's kind of adjacent to improv where you're making or trying to make the audience laugh. When I think about actors, that's probably why it's so empowering to be an actor and to do drama class and improv and auditions. It's so vulnerable. It feels so personal. You're putting yourself out there. But also, going back to Connor's story, he appears to be so immune to embarrassment because he chooses not to get embarrassed. If you watch him in an interview, he's very present, he's very charismatic, and he's very comfortable in his own skin. And therefore, if he does something that other people would potentially be embarrassed by, he doesn't find it embarrassing. And also, I'm drawing a lot of conclusions, but he acts confident. If you think about it, we are the ones who make ourselves feel something. No one can make us feel a certain way without our permission. So if we choose to own whatever we're doing and not care what people think, allow people to criticize, laugh at us, make fun of us, look down at us, whatever people want to do, what other people think about you is none of your business. And it's easier said than done, but think about how many things you've wanted to try. Even I was talking to a friend recently who said that she doesn't like to do anything alone because she gets uncomfortable and embarrassed. It's like grocery shopping, she'll go with her boyfriend. She doesn't like to work at a cafe alone or go to a movie alone or even go shopping at the mall alone. I was thinking, how limiting is that? Like, it's all in your head. No one's looking at you when you're going to a movie alone or going grocery shopping alone and thinking, what a loser. One time I went for dinner by myself and I was really nervous about it because it was a somewhat fancy restaurant and it was summer. I sat on the patio. I brought a book. It was Italian. I got a nice pasta, some ravioli, an Aperol Spritz. And I sat on the patio and part of me was like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. Everyone here's a couple or a family or with friends and I'm just sitting here by myself. And as I was thinking this, an older woman who was walking down the street stopped by the patio and was like, hi, I just wanted to say that you look so peaceful here reading your book. This looks like such an enjoyable outing and I've wanted to go out for dinner by myself so many times and this just inspired me to do that. And I was like, wow, here I was feeling nervous or unsettled having this meal by myself. And not only did people not judge me, but they complimented me for doing it and also said they wanted to do it themselves. Also, if you go out to a bar and just grab a drink and read a book, often the bartenders will give you a free drink because they feel bad for you for being such a loser. I'm kidding, but that has happened. So basically, if you are afraid to do something because you're embarrassed or you feel self-conscious, let's go back to the discomfort challenge. Do something that makes you uncomfortable and you'll realize not only is it not that scary, but it can be enjoyable. And that, like, let's start at if you want to get into running and you're nervous about how you're going to look running or feel self-conscious about it, just do it. TM. Not by me. All right, I'm going to finish taking off my makeup and probably read my book in bed. So, do you know what this looks like? Have you ever watched the show Alone, where they send these people into the wild to survive? I used to binge watch the show. Okay, they send them out into the Arctic or something by themselves, and these people obviously have some experience. I would die immediately. No one's died on the show yet, which is clearly they haven't had people at my level of survival skills on there. But anyways, they give them a camera and they set it up and they're in their tent. I'm also wearing camo. This is so Alone. What I actually came on was to tell you that I took my magnesium by glycinate to help with muscle function and bone health. Great for runners. It also helps me sleep. The next thing I came I brought us here today to discuss is this book that I just finished, Strangers, A Memoir of Marriage by Belle Burden. So, tea. Absolute tea. I'm having another bubbly because I'm addicted to sparkling water. It's just like, it's so much better than normal plain water. I will go through so many of these, but my justification is that a giant box of these is $6 and one cocktail is like $12 to $15. So if this brings me joy and I want to drink like 4 sparkling water cans a day, that's my prerogative. I'm gonna go to bed. I was about to say love you. I'm clearly overtired. Okay. Good night. Good morning. It is now Wednesday. I have had a day of work and it's pretty much noon. So it's like 11:41. I booked a Pilates class at Flow House at noon. So excited to take that. However, I'm feeling rough. I had a 20K run on at the beginning of the week, which I didn't film, but my body is hurting and I actually feel it in my upper body because I feel like I lift up my shoulders. So I think I'm going to go book a cupping acupuncture appointment next week. And there's this place, Chi Integrated Health, that I've been to a couple times. Their practitioners are incredible. Mimi is so knowledgeable. So I'm going to book that ASAP. I've never done cupping before, but my friend recommended it. She said it's really effective. Having another bubbly. I probably should not have eaten a massive plate of chicken and eggs and avocado less than an hour before my class. I always forget to fuel, and I'll either have a banana with honey and maybe on one of those rice cracker things with some almond butter. However, I'm out of a lot of that stuff. So I had a full omelet and now I'm like really full. It's also day 1 of my period. And as we know, that's the worst day. Day 1 and 2 are the worst. So as much as I'm excited for Pilates, I did debate not going because I was like, I need a rest or I just want to like be cozy. And however, I did take a rest day yesterday and I feel much better than I did yesterday. So I'm going to just take it easy. I'm going to go to Pilates, get out of the house. It's rainy. It's misty. It's rainy. It's classic Vancouver. I don't really know what else I have on for today. I have some meetings and then I was going to go sauna just for my muscles again. And that's kind of the update. So I will catch up with you later. Okay, I just had a panic because I could not find my umbrella. This is the fit. Hiking shoes, vest, glasses, another tight bun. Okay, I have to go. I'm gonna be so late. Good morning. It's actually afternoon. It's Thursday now, and I'm prepping some chicken fried rice for lunch. I ripped apart a rotisserie chicken. I have jasmine rice, sesame oil, onion, which I need to cut, some peas, and carrots, frozen. This is my typical lunchtime meal prep. It's so easy, and you can add soy sauce, crispy chili flakes, which I wish I had, but I don't, fried onion, anything, spinach, more veggies, whatever. I don't know if you are interested in meal stuff, but I've been having these protein pancakes. Usually I do a side of spinach or some sort of veggie, or blueberries, bananas, all that type of stuff. I realized I'm not really getting enough fruit in the winter. I eat so much fruit in the summer, but kind of forget in these treacherous temperatures. Sesame oil. I'm going to add a little garlic as well. Just a touch garlic. I am very excited for the weekend because one of my really good friends, Dee, just moved here to Vancouver yesterday, and I think she's going to love it. We're meeting up tonight after work to go to this place, Joe Forte's. It's a classic sort of seafood steak restaurant in Vancouver, and we're going to get oysters, which I love oysters. That's the plan for tonight. So that's Thursday night. Then Friday, a lot of people have Friday off for the Easter long weekend. I just have Monday off, but I'm going to go to try this run club. I've never done a run club. Shocking. Everyone in Vancouver seems to have done some kind of run club. And what I like about this one, it's hosted by a sauna that I've never been to, a sauna cold plunge group. So you show up and you run with the group, and then you sauna after for an hour and a half. And it's only $25 to do both of those things. Just added the onion, frozen peas and carrots. Mix that together. Where was I? So tonight, Joe Forte's oysters, run club, sauna, work, meet up with friends. We're going to go to a Pilates class, a new Legree that's on the other side. Friday night, having my friend Dee, who moved here, over for dinner. We're going to do a little girls' night. Saturday, going back to the heated glow Pilates class, which I'm looking forward to. I like how it gets me out in the morning, because sometimes on weekends I'll just stay inside until 2 p.m. and it's just nice to get outside early. No plan Saturday night yet, which is kind of nice. And then Sunday, we want to go for a hike. It's still, beginning of April. So the hikes could still be snowy at the top, depending on which extreme you want to pick. The plan is to wake up early, do a morning hike, and then go get Ernest ice cream. It's incredible. If you live in Vancouver, I'm sure you're aware. I'm a little scared of what the line's going to look like on Easter Sunday, but they have a mini egg ice cream, and I had it last year and I was blown away. I love mini eggs. Mini eggs are in season. Ernest has the ice cream. So that's the plan. And it's actually getting sunny out today. So I think I'm going to do a 5K outside. I don't have any classes booked today. And I don't want to do anything too long or strenuous, because I feel like my body is still in recovery mode a little bit. So I'm going to do a 5 to 6K, which I used to dread running, and I am now itching to get out. Like, I'm looking outside. When am I done work so I can go run? So that's what's on the agenda for today and this weekend. It's going to be like a long weekend, and I'm so excited. This is the final product of the chicken fried rice. I'm actually so hungry and I can't wait to eat it. And there's probably 4 servings here. It's going to be great for the week. All right, I'm going for a run. I got really distracted looking for apartments. So I'm just going to do a quick 6K, and it's not actually sunny out. However, it's not raining. Tea is here in Vancouver at Joe Forte's. This is what it looks like.